Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video I'm going to be continuing where I left off with Expendables 2. Apologies for this one being a bit slower than I'd have liked, but I've just had a lot on. I know it's not a particularly great excuse, but unfortunately there you have it. Anyway, going to be continuing with Gunner, so that's going to be cool, and hopefully we should be rocking and rolling all night long, as they would say in some TV shows. So anyway, hopefully I'm going to be doing some Guild Wars 2 stuff today, if there's any luck in the world. I've been... Owie. How could he not have seen... Oh, okay. Stop them. I don't really think that's going to work, you know. With a rifle in your face, you'd probably want to sound a bit more convincing with that one.
So the trail leads us
here.
Kowloon.
Kowloon's a big place.
It is indeed.
Not if you know where to look. We know the players. Someone has to have heard something about a weapon shipment that big.
And that hostage, the Chinese guy?
Hell, we'll find him in time for lunch. Yeah, right.
Those guys are all wrong. Let's take them before they see us.
Hear that, Caesar? That means quietly.
I can be quiet. Quiet as an ant holding back a sneeze.
I see. I love how he says that, and yet the guy runs off anywho. I don't think you can ever accuse Dolph Lundgren of being quiet. Quite interestingly, I was watching or reading, not watching, an interview with the guy in a magazine actually, and he was saying about being thrown into a brick wall is actually far more painful than the fake punches and stuff, which kind of makes sense. Huh. It's just quite interesting. You never really think about stuff like that. At least I don't in a movie. Yes, let's probably go behind that. I'd just rather not get shot to proverbial buggery. Let's probably move away from the nice old grenade. I don't really like being in the vicinity of when they go kaboom. It sounds like a plan to actually take that guy out as well. Yes, indeed. I'm actually doing fairly well, which is surprising since I haven't played it in a while. This is kind of like, to me, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the title. But it's like, if you haven't played a game for a while, particularly number 2, less so 3. But number 2 is like, if you haven't played it for a while, and then you go in, you're like, oh my goodness, what is going on? The speed, especially when you're doing a lot of tri-dashing, that kind of thing. It takes a moment for your eye to kind of adjust to it. And I kind of have that thing here. I don't know why. It's just probably just this game. Funnily enough, one of my friends actually gets a lot of motion sickness when he plays FPS titles, which is one of the reasons he never really got into them. This is particularly true on the PC. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's got something to do with the proximity he has to the screen. I don't know if any of you guys have that. So it's just one of those things, I suppose. Yeah, man. Let me shoot you in the noggin. That's a very nice melon you have. Ah, the ridiculous shootiness that is this game. Let's try and take out some people. I have a grenade for you. One of the only problems with watching shows like Mythbusters is how it affects your enjoyment of certain things on Hollywood. One of those, without a question, is the Hollywood special effects for fire. You know, you start realizing that it's not actually pretty flames, it's more of a, you know, a poof of the shockwave rather than anything else. Let's go. This guy is getting on my last nerve, dude. See, you have some serious distance on the sniping. Admittedly, you do have the high ground, but still. As I say, you take the high road, I take the low road, and I'll be dead well before you. Or it might be the opposite way round, I don't remember. Let's just toss a grenade there, I'm sure they're going to appreciate it. Yes. Come on, Gunner. Show him your almighty power, or something or another. You might not want them to flank you. I'm not a military expert by any means. But I know that you don't want people to go behind you. and, you know, try shooting you in the back, it just never goes well generally. We're actually rewatching 24 on Netflix. That does not look particularly inviting. I have a feeling I'm going to have many friends ambushing me on both sides. Or they're just going to send a crap ton of people in a truck, depending which comes first. I actually really love 24. It's one of those shows, you know, when you look back on all the TV shows you used to watch and realise all the awesome ones that are no longer on. Such as, say, Battlestar Galactica, at least these are for mine. Numbers, 24, Boston Legal, The West Wing. Jeez, I used to love that show. And you're just like, okay. Huh. Let's get that. No other real reason other than why the hell not. Oh, dearie me. Let's get some behind some cover, I feel. It wasn't a retreat, it was more of a strategic withdrawal. I don't know if that's even a wise idea, but why not? I will say, I have updated the game. I don't remember which version this is. But the earlier issue I had with the title, the disappearing mouse cursor seems to have disappeared. I don't know if it was a thing for the update or just the earlier levels. I haven't replayed the earlier levels, so it's a bit difficult to 100% know either way. I'm guessing it's probably a combination of both. I don't know why, I just really want to grenade them. There's something really harsh about just, you know, wandering up to the guy and throwing a grenade. It shows just total disrespect. Stupidity as well, but disrespect. Hold E to use cover. Switch to Caesar. And hold R. Got a present for you. Anyone recognise that? Someone else who blew something up. I won't give you the name. See if anyone recognises it. But he said, "I got a present for you." Whenever he places a bomb. It's a pretty well-known game, so I'm pretty sure one of you will get it. Always like to add in a bit of trivia. Yes, let me just get to a slight angle. Also, I feel you are definitely not helping my cause to complete the level by standing there shooting me with an M4 or whatever the balls that you're shooting me with. There are so many shirtless, topless guys with M4A1s. It's not my idea of a party, no sirree, Bob. I don't know why Bob, but, you know, why not? Maybe one of them's called Bob, there's so many of them, I'm sure law averages. I will say, so far this level is not that challenging, it's been fairly okay. Layout is fairly simplistic too. None of the levels are particularly amazingly complicated. There we go, got him. Excellent. Let me just pick that up. Oh dear. I know that. Yes. Yeah, this is why you go behind cover.
We need a pad. Ginger, can you blow our way through? Does the snowman have a cold pad? Let's do it, okay? The rest of you cover his ass!
Yes, please cover my ass. There are a lot of half-naked guys around, and I don't particularly want them to do big things. But oh gosh. Yeah, sweet. Actually, I just realised I haven't actually used Caesar's signature kill. Oh dearie me. Oh, I forgot how much. Yeah, it's very similar actually for most characters. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. Oh, bollocks! That is the technical term for what is happening right now. There we go. Oh shit, son! I am indeed feeling it, my friends. I really do not like you. You know, I'm going to switch back to Gunner. Hopefully, Gunner will be able to take out the guys on the boxes without too much hassle. Huh. Oh, that's... While I appreciate the exit, I less so appreciate the high explosive weapons that they are planning to utilise against me. Let's see. You target him and shoot him if you would, please. There we go. Okay, you are just a brave soldier, I would say, but brave does not necessarily indicate smart. My pal Gunner here really likes sniping guys. There we go. I'll help their cause. There we go. While they are half dazed and blowed up. Yeah, that worked out well. Yeah. That worked out fairly well indeed. We are into another courtyard. I feel once again heading somewhat further back. Oh god. You might want to move out of the way, dude. In case anyone's actually wondering, I'm just watching my playthrough, because I did do a first impressions of this game. This game actually works and lends itself really well for first impressions. Because to be honest, it's what you see is what you get. Or WYSIWYG. It's not one of those... Oh no. Where the hell is the chopper? I don't mean to down something, I can't even see the blaster thing. I can see the blades, however. Ah, there we go. Oh, awesome. Yeah, let's go something behind a bit more, something solid. I'm just going to avoid anything that's particularly nasty. Yeah, and I want... Come on, dude. Fire. Ah, no. Wow, there is a shit ton of choppers. I'm trying, let's trust me on this. Wow, half my people. Let's just get behind something for just a moment. I need to cover. Oh. Oh, that was not as quick, not as slow as I thought. I thought I'd have to take out some other people as well. That wasn't so bad. I kind of finished that. An injury, if you will. Ooh, got a good... I got a reasonable grade on that. Not too shabsy, if I do say so myself. Let's see how long I've been recording. Not actually that long. That was a quick one. We have to get through another part, which is a good thing. So, continue, my good friend. Ugh. Ow. I feel sorry for you as you were a child, my friend. Oh, very pleased for you as a child. I'm not quite sure which. Ah, another driving section. Reminds me a bit of the river section. Oh, bollocks. Reminds me a bit of the hovercraft sections of Half-Life 2. That was a phenomenal part of the game, by the way. Oh, bollocks. I don't know if you guys remember that. I imagine pretty much anyone who's played Half-Life 2 will definitely remember that, and I imagine most of you guys have played Half-Life 2. Oh dear. Huh. Was I not expecting that?
Barney, now you stuck us in good.
Better is driver than me, Yang.
Oh shit.
Yes, I am.
I, once again, may not be a military expert, but I am pretty damn sure that I cannot go up against a tank successfully.
Whatever you're gonna do, you gotta do it now.
Ooh, jumpy. I'm like Knight Rider, I tell you. Only with less cool stuff and that. Can I do... You know, you're passing awfully close to very solid structures. Let's see. To be honest, I'm not sure if this game does these sections amazingly well. I kind of feel like I'm more along for the ride on a lot of it rather than affected. Yeah. You're kind of late on that, dude. I kind of gathered that when the camera swang round. Yeah, but... strange.
What's your line to fire? There's another one.
I'm assuming it must have bugged out. There we go. That was a bit odd. Assuming I must have bugged out, I'm not quite sure. Unless I just, you know, chimped it, I'm not sure. Ah. Wow. That guy's literally taking to the sky.
Piece of shit is where the convoy's headed.
We sink it.
Hmm.
Just like that.
I didn't actually expect them to make that. Oh dear. Huh. Well, that was another ridiculously short one. So shitty performance. Shitty. While I don't think that it does that particularly bad, the driving sections, I've definitely played far worse. I don't think it's one of the game's main strengths, but it does help to break it up. Oh, bollocks. Are you feeling it? Yeah, I don't want to be there. Let's try to move up a little. Oh, really? You shotgun the cover? That's helpful. I don't know which of you chimps shotgun the cover. I definitely know it wasn't my ass because I'm using a sniper rifle, but... This precious little cover, you don't want to go ahead and destroy it. Let's see. There we go. Take that guy out as well. Yeah, sandbags are definitely more effective than the boxes. Bollocks. Down. Can you just stick your head out just for a second? You seem mighty pleased with yourself, my friend. But he is done. Okay, he's been murdered by my team. I just want to make sure. There we go. That was a very steep angle. I have no idea how I managed to shoot that, but by the power of game physics, I have done so. I'm going to release a grenade. I feel it's a good time as any. Actually, I'm going to stay there for a while longer. I have a feeling moving forward is probably not. Let's get this dude back on his feet. Yes. This is a fairly lengthy level in comparison, it seems. Let me take these guys out. This part reminds me of one of the Streets of Rage levels, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that, the old 16-bit era. I always lament the fact that they never carried that series on. They did, of course, do a few Shinobis. Oh, crap. Well, let's just say not quite as successfully as they'd hoped. Tell you another really great game. I might have mentioned it before a couple of times, actually. And that's Guardian Heroes. And that's another one that I'm really surprised didn't carry over. It could have been made really excellent. Oh, obviously, they did do a remake of it for Xbox Live. Let's just blow you up now. Make my life easier, shall we? They did, of course, do a remake of it. Well, sort of a remake. They just basically ported it to Xbox Live and tightened up the graphics a little bit. But they found us. Who? Libyans. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. You know what, I'm going to take you guys out. You guys... Let's just throw a grenade. Take some of these guys out. I don't have another grenade, which is not ideal, even slightly. However, I'm making some progress. You are far too brave. You are just dead. There we go. Let's try and take these guys out. They are putting a lot of suppressive fire. I believe that's the term. So yeah, as I was saying, Guardian Heroes is a really great game, and I really lament they didn't actually add another one to the series. It was definitely one of the better kind of action RPGs. The combo system was really insane, and also the dynamic story as well. It was actually one of those games that, thinking about it, you could actually go good or bad. You could side with different gods or the humans and so on. It was really cool. Definitely a very advanced game for the age, and definitely one of the premium reasons to own a Sega Saturn, which of course was a fairly ill-fated console. Somewhat sadly so, actually. While I think that the Saturn... And this is a complete tangent, by the way, just because I believe the action on screen speaks mostly for itself. Oh dear. I did actually hit control by accident. I believe the action on screen, as I was saying, speaks primarily for itself. So, but yeah, I really like the PlayStation 1. This is, of course, going back in the mists of gaming time, as it were. But the PS2 did have a lot of really cool stuff. Sorry, the Saturn as well did have a lot of really cool stuff on it. Panzer Dragoon Saga, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys happen to have a copy anymore. I do. I actually kept mine. It's worth a lot of money now. It's not going to make you a millionaire, but it's certainly going to be worth a few pennies. I'm assuming they sold it in the US. I'm pretty sure they did. I know it was sold in very limited copies in Europe, and it was pure luck, actually, that I managed to get my copy. I bought it on basically release, so the case is not quite as pristine as it could. Just being a kid and all, you know, you don't take good care of your stuff. I mean, it's not scratched or, you know, whatever. The games definitely work. It's just they could have been, the cases could have been in a slightly better nick, as it were. But Saturn had a really good lot of titles, and of course it did 2D really well. I'm not a fanboy or anything. I'm not saying Saturn's better than the PlayStation. Sega did some really silly things, which did not help the Saturn's cause. One of them, of course, was the original Virtua Fighter VF1, of course, not the remix, which was tarted up greatly, but the original BF1 was a somewhat lackluster port, and it really did not inspire people or endear it to Sega's way of thinking. So that made people a little bit reluctant to part with their cash. And then, of course, they lost out on some big exclusives. I'm not quite sure why they did. Nintendo, of course, lost the Final Fantasy franchise. That was simple. That was simply because of Square Enix, you know, or Square back at the time, just did not have the space required on the N64 cartridges. So, of course, lots of stuff kind of conspired against it, just like the death of the dinosaurs, as it were. The Saturn had many things that conspired against it. I know I'm not bothering to switch characters in there. It's not really worth it for me for 5 seconds. Bollocks. Keep forgetting to press the shift to roll, if I'm honest. I don't know why. I should do. Greedy explosions. I'll just do that again, I feel. Let's see. Ah, we've got another one over there. I was about to say, where the hell's another one? Reminds me of the scene from Die Hard where he keeps pounding them with a rocket launcher on the first one. And of course, Nakatomi Plaza. And Hans has hit it again. And I did indeed hit it from, again, my good friend, I hit it from proverbial orbit. Anyway, this gives you about 26 minutes, or about 3 missions of Expendable 2. I will be finishing this off as soon as possible. Hopefully you found the video entertaining. So, goodbye for now. And if you could rate and subscribe, or, you know, do the normal bits and pieces, that would be highly appreciated. Take care, guys.